Hey guys, welcome to Critical Flick. Today I'll be reviewing Happiest Season from Hulu. So Happiest Season is a new Christmas romantic comedy, and it tells the story of Abby, played by Kristen Stewart, and Harper, played by Mackenzie Davis, and they're going back to Harper's family's house for Christmas, but they don't know that they're in a relationship together, and things get a little bit crazy. It's really a story about seeking out to find your family's acceptance and really struggling to fit into a family environment during the holiday season, and I think it can speak to a lot of people on a lot of different levels. While the main focal point of this film is that it is the story about a same-sex relationship, and them not being accepted by Harper's family and her parents, but in ways, I think it can work on a lot of different levels. While I do think that's a really important message, and I think it's played really well. It doesn't feel too preachy. It works on speaking about how a lot of people have a lot of different things going on in their lives that maybe they don't think that they can be who they are, and people struggling, especially around the holidays, to be around people that they feel like they're constantly being judged. And so one of the big reasons we actually checked out this movie is because Dan Levy's in it, and we just finished watching Schitt's Creek, and we thought he was fantastic in that. He isn't in this movie quite as much as I would have liked to be in it, but he plays a very similar character to David from Schitt's Creek, and I did enjoy the times he was on screen. I think he had really good chemistry with Kristen Stewart's character. He plays a really good supporting character and friend to the lead. The standout for me was actually Mackenzie Davis, who plays Harper. She goes through a wide range of emotions. She's definitely someone who is struggling to be who she wants to be, struggling to, push back against her family and the big oppressive feeling she's feeling about the different members of her family. She definitely plays that role really well. You relate to her. She does feel kind of like a villain at times. You really are just, why can you not get past some of these things and, accept what's happening and just try to move on and move forward? But you understand more about her. You understand more about her because of the monologues the characters have, some of the relationships that have been building and boiling, and I think by the end of the story, she's a very interesting character. Kristen Stewart does, though, give a pretty solid performance as Abby. She's become like a really solid actress. I think people think of her as Twilight still, but there's so many different roles that she's done, especially in indie films that are fantastic. Charlie's Angels isn't maybe the best example in recent history, but Personal Shopper is a great film. I think a lot of the movies that she's done since Twilight have been a lot better compared to a lot worse. Alison Brie is also in this film playing Sloane, who's the older sister of Harper, who's very judgmental, very harsh. And I have to say, I think it's one of the best performances in the film because Alison Brie is a fairly likable actress and she's played a lot of very likable roles. In this one, she just makes you dislike her so much. She's so unlikable. And being able to play that as a pretty likable actress, I think is a pretty solid testament to her performance. Overall, though, like I said, I think the messaging in the film is really what shines through more than anything. The performances are solid. The writing is, it's okay. It's not anything groundbreaking or anything like that, but I think the overall messaging, the tone, being able to go from the beginning to the end of the film, being able to grow with the characters is really well done. Like I said, a story of acceptance is a modern story, a modern Christmas story. So I do like how they're going for that push. While it isn't kind of a traditional formula, you have your situational comedy, trying to get along with the in-laws and things like that, things you expect from kind of a Christmas romantic comedy. But having a more modern twist on it, having really modern stories and takes on it, is really well done, and I do appreciate that they went for it. And while this is a comedy, I don't think it's laugh out loud, outrageous funny in my opinion. Like I said, it's a lot of situational comedy, a lot of like cringy comedy being put in really uncomfortable situations. There were some really funny moments, and some of the characters have really solid comedic timing. But overall, I think it's more about messaging. It's more heartfelt, especially towards the end of the film. And like I said, a story of acceptance and being laugh out loud funny. So if I were to rate this movie, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Really solid, better than average Christmas movie. I haven't seen a great Christmas romantic comedy in a long time, to be honest with you. There's been some really phenomenal Christmas films in the past few years, including Klaus, which is amazing. But this is a completely different vein. I like that it goes for a more modern take on it. I like that it takes on the ideas of acceptance and kind of the modern idea of family Christmas and being around people that maybe you don't think accept you, and being able to get past that and have some really heartfelt, warm messaging, especially towards the end of the film. So if you checked out Happiest Season on Hulu, let me know what you thought about it. Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Do you maybe think it missed the mark on what it's trying to do? I'm interested to see what people think. It could be a little divisive. I know we've had big stories about having same-sex couples in Hallmark films, and that kind of had some pushback, but people are really embracing this modern idea, and I do like that. So I wonder what people think about a film like this on Hulu. So again, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. See you guys next time.